Hey guys, welcome to our daily encounter. Psalm 120 gives us this sense of isolation in the midst of wicked people. The isolation and feeling of loneliness that comes from being in the midst of those who don't carry the same moral values that we do, and that even go so far as to try to lie and slander and attack God's people. In Psalm 120, the psalmist says, "In my distress I called to Yahweh, and he answered me. O Yahweh, deliver my soul from a lying lip, from a deceitful tongue. What shall he give to you, and what shall he add to you, O deceitful tongue? Sharp arrows of the warrior with the burning coals of the broom tree. Woe is me, for I sojourn in Meshech, for I dwell among the tents of Kedar. Too long has my soul had its dwelling with those who hate peace. I am for peace, but when I speak, they are for war." I think perhaps a lot of believers today experience similar things to what the psalmist experienced here. He talks about dwelling among the tents of Kedar, sojourning in Meshech, this feeling of isolation, being far away from Jerusalem, being far away from the people who love the Lord and are dedicated to them, and just feeling that distance between himself and those who love the Lord, but at the same time finding himself surrounded by those who do not love the Lord and that actually want to attack him and want to lie against him, slander him, and cause war between themselves and him. And a lot of Christians do feel that way, whether it's at the workplace or in their family or in the nation that they're in. Just this feeling of being surrounded by people who, one, don't appreciate the values that they hold, but at the same time, in some cases, even are antagonistic against the things that they value. And that can cause a deep sense of loneliness and isolation in the heart of a believer. And if we find ourselves in that situation, it's important for us to do what the psalmist does here. And he says, "In my distress, I called to Yahweh, and he answered me." One of the best things that we can do when we feel isolated and surrounded by people who don't hold the same values as we do is to just draw even more closer to the Lord. In our distress, we should just call out to the Lord, call out to Yahweh, draw close to him. Because even though we might be lonely as far as from a human standpoint, when it comes to God, we are never alone. The Lord has promised that he will never leave us nor forsake us. And as we draw close to him, we find that he gives us a perspective that helps us in these difficult situations. And we'll find that he does answer us. That he'll come in his loving kindness and his compassion, and he'll come and help us and meet our needs in those particular types of situations. But we have to lean on him and trust in him and place our faith in him and pray to him to bring this about. Now, whether he changes the circumstance right away or if it takes some time, still the Lord will rush in and be by our side to comfort us, to console us, and to help us when we find ourselves sojourning in Meshech and dwelling in the tents of Kedar. So if we are a believer who feels isolated, who feels distance from other believers because of certain circumstances that they find themselves in, being surrounded by those who don't hold the same values that they do, the encouragement would be just draw close to the Lord. Bring the situation to him, cast your anxieties upon him, for he cares for us, and just draw and lean into that relationship. And in doing so, we'll find that the Lord will provide us the things that we need to endure: strength, comfort, consolation, help, all these different things. So let's entrust our hearts to the Lord and be confident that he will meet our need in every situation we find ourselves in. So these are some things we can reflect on and think about as we do our reading today. But hey guys, I do thank you for watching the video today. Hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.